So, good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
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 Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, right.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, I think yesterday we have been discussing about this decision making, right? So, is my voice audible? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I have heard a complaint that my voice is a little bit slow because of this mic. Maybe that's the fault of internet, I think. If it is not loud, please tell me. I can raise my voice. Okay. Uh, right. So in the previous class, we have been discussing about this decision making. See, in this, you need to observe that it is not about the questions and the story I am giving there. So for the people who could not grasp it, what I am able to say, I want to say that these questions are nothing but the conditions. For example, you said if A is equal to 6 and B is equal to 7, and you are comparing A and B. So, for example, you said if A is less than B, then you print yes, A is smaller than B. Else you print A is greater than B. So, what is this A less than B? Itself is like a question. So, when you come to mathematical orientation of programming, the questions that we posed in the previous session, general questions, will be written in a logical form using and, or, not, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. These are some of the things that we generally write. So people who were confused with the decision making lecture yesterday, you should not think it like a general question. So somebody has asked, sir, I am confused to know how we can write the question. See, question writing is not important here. It's just for example I have given, like how decisions are taken by the computer to verify itself. Okay. So like, for example, I said it's a self condition. If I got more marks in maths, I will go to MPC, else I will go to BPC. So here the question is itself a condition. So if you have more marks in maths, naturally with your condition you will go to MPC, right? If you have less marks in maths, naturally the other condition is no, because you did not pass the condition like more marks in maths, so you will go to BPC. So these are the things that you consider actually. These are called conditions and decision making. Right. The examples I have shown you earlier in the previous class are just to make you know the real world examples. For example, you can ask a question, and based on that question, the condition can be tallied. So take the example of ATM, the withdrawal, that balance inquiry. It will ask, please enter your choice. And based on your choice, and based on the conditions, for example, what might be the conditions? For example, you have only two options, withdrawal and balance inquiry. So if a person chooses withdrawal, then there will be a condition for the computer. If withdrawal is chosen, yes, it's true. So go to deducting the amount that he enters. If withdrawal is not chosen, of course, the other only option that we have is only balance inquiry, because we have only two options in the ATM, for example. So naturally, it will go and put something that this is what the amount that you have in your bank account. So of course, there are software systems where sometimes we will ask questions, and based on the answers given by the user and based on the conditions that satisfies, it will work. For example, in C programming, when I used to teach to the first year people, I used to give something like this. I will just share the screen. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So I used to give a small problem to these people. This problem is like a calculator, because whenever I go for the first years, I first initially ask a question. In a calculator, I can get, if I write something like 2 plus 3, I'll write it for now. Okay. So if I write something like in calculator, some of you have developed, right? So 2 plus 3, I'm getting 4. This was the question asked by some of the alumni one day. He has done his master's in USA and he is working in NVIDIA. I think I have told you about this person, I think. This person has once came to me in his free time, and he told that, sir, I initially lost interest towards programming because I have this question. His question is, he used to have a calculator in which whatever number he enters, including the plus symbol or minus, whatever it might be, the answer is giving. Sorry, the answer is given by the calculator, right? So 2 plus 3, 5, the answer is given. But his doubt is, if already a calculator is present, why should we write a programming? This doubt has arisen in a first year student who just came from the intermediate like you. He doesn't know what is a program, and the instructor is asking him to do a program that shows a plus b, a minus b, a into b, and a by b. These are the first few programs written in C language. Then naturally a conscious brain will have a doubt, why this programming? Why we need to write a plus b, a minus b? Inni lines రాసే బదులు నా దగ్గర క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ ఉంది, క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కానీ డౌట్ వచ్చిందంట. Because that is not clarified, his brain has stopped there itself, and I think he started to lose interest in programming. After second year, he was introduced to Python for the first time for himself. He has done a Coursera course in Python, and he got interest again back. From that time onwards, based on his feedback, I started to ask this question: how many of you are having the same doubt? If you are doing a plus b and a minus b, a into b, and a by b, it is already done by the calculator. Why do you need to write a 5-line code in C or Python or something? Most of them have raised their hands.
To learn from the basics now.
Yes, I will tell you. So the thing is that most of the people who raised for this question are later selected for Amazon. And they still talk about this example. Because you clarified that doubt on that day, we were very happy. See, this is not my idea. It's the idea of a student which I have taken. That's why I always interact with the students who passed out from this college or even the first years. So what can be told? ఇంకా ఎక్స్ట్రాగా ఏం చెప్తే మీకు ఇంకా బాగుండేది అనిపించేది అనేది నేను ఎప్పుడు మాట్లాడుతుంటాను. Now, the first thing I made these people to do in the lab is to write a program like a calculator. So what they have written is, they will enter 2 and they will enter plus and they will enter 3 and press enter. The answer will be 5 that will be given. Again, if they enter something like 3 minus 2 and press enter, the answer used to be given like 1. The only doubt that they have has been clarified. The thing is that the calculator is an output of a program. So there are programs underneath. There is something called ROM and there is something called RAM inside a calculator. In ROM, a C program will be there in which A plus B will be done. That is stored in the ROM. There is another C program which does A minus B. There is another C program which does A into B. And I told the people that you are the programmers who write the programs into ROM, and this is a device used by laymen, not you. So you need to learn programs to help the layman to design this device so that his life will be easy by just pressing A plus B, not writing the whole program. And why I'm telling this example is because many of you might have this doubt. So that is why I have told this. And we will also do a calculator program for you to get satisfied. And here, I think you all understand what is RAM, because the numbers which are loaded, like 2 plus 3, which is given, are loaded into the RAM into the calculator. and the answer is also loaded like 5 into the RAM, and what is there in the RAM, the answer will be displayed here onto the screen, as I told you already. So programs will be there in the ROM, and your answers will be stored in the RAM and displayed onto the screen. This is what a calculator means. So your task is to write the program for the ROM, and that is why you are learning this programming. And here I have few things to do. So the questions that calculator asks that you design is, what is the first number you want to enter? Okay, he enters 2. What operation you want to perform? Plus. And what is the third number you want to give? 3. And I will take this one. You answered all the questions. This is called user input. And finally, we write conditions. If choice is equal to plus, then do 2 plus 3. If choice is equal to minus, then do 2 minus 3. If choice is equal to asterisk, then do 2 into 3, and so on. Alage 2 by 3 atla. I hope you understand now what is decision making. A simple example of this, like a calculator. So it is not asking about just questions. After the user has given some input, the computer's work and the task is to decide in which way I need to go. So here the user has entered plus. And now it's the choice of the computer to look into the condition. If the condition plus is satisfied, it will go into it and exit. If the condition plus is not satisfied, next it will go to the next condition and see whether minus is satisfying. If it is satisfying, it will go execute it and exit the program. This is what we are discussing yesterday. And today we will go in deep into how you write the programs initially and what are algorithms and pseudocode. And we will also look into a new tool called Raptor, in which I will give you 2 programs for a demo. First, we will learn how to download it and install it. And next, we will learn how to use it. Then we will go to programs. So for every program that I give you, you will write algorithms, pseudocode, and then your flowchart that you draw in Raptor. So Raptor is for designing. So for example, have you heard about your parents buying an apartment, and before going to buy an apartment, have you seen they have been looking into the plans given by the builder? So these plans are given in a chart, right? Bedroom in size untundi, bathroom in size untundi,
Blueprint.
room. So we call it like building plan, which is done in civil engineering. All the perspectives, the front elevation, the back elevation, the basic design of how the rooms and the halls will appear, including sofas, were also given, right? As if somebody is living there. This is called design. If somebody designs only, somebody can build it. So I think as programmers, after getting the solution for a problem, it is not your task to directly attack the computer. You need to first write an algorithm, a pseudocode, and you need to draw a flowchart. That means you need to first write your plan of solution. That means the plan of action. And next you need to go for designing for it. That means the flowchart, a step-by-step manner. And the last thing that you do is to write a program. So based on your inputs and the outputs that you estimate in flowchart, if you think that your solution is correct for most of your inputs, the expected outputs are coming, then you go for programming. That means implementing and testing it lively. So this is the daily performance that we do from here onwards. So first, today I will introduce what is algorithm, what is pseudocode, and what is a flowchart. Then we start writing it. Agarwal, I think you are very happy with your project. As I told you, I will evaluate it on Friday lab. Okay. So I was very happy that you are very enthusiastic to show your project. So tomorrow we will sit and evaluate each one of yours projects, so that I can know it better. Okay. So today we are going into only discussing these topics. Right. Yes, coming to this. I think you understand what is decision making. So today we are going into algorithms. Let us see what is an algorithm. The al itself says that it is a word from Arabic. Algorithm is a word inspired from Arabic. There is a big story of why the algorithms are considered from the Arabic as name. So algorithms are not new here. Algorithms have been from before the civilizations themselves. One algorithm that was first introduced is to how to use the fire. So the algorithm that they have, that our ancestors, when they appeared like monkeys at the time, they passed on to each other. You know what is that algorithm? Take a brick. That means we call that one with. I think there will be a name that starts with M. Manganese something. Okay, that particular stone will actually light it. So they asked the people to take two stones, continuously drag with one another, scratch with one another. There will be a spark that comes. When the spark appears or the smoke that comes from between these two stones, then put them near a grass which is already collected. And on the grass, you put some stems so that the fire gets more ignited using all these grass and the wood, everything. And after this, they started to write algorithm for cooking. After they hunted the animals, they brought the animals. The first step they does is to find out the stones that produce fire. Is the first step. The next step they have done is to collect the grass and the required wood for the fire, and they put it in some place. And the stones have the third step that they does is they started to scratch the stone with one another. And the fourth step is if fire comes, put it into that grass so that the fire will be ignited. If fire does not come or the smoke doesn't come, you again repeat the same step of scratching the stones with one another. You see here there is some loop, right? Going to the same step again and again until you find some condition satisfied. This is called decision making, also involved in the algorithms. After putting there, after the fire ignites, then you hang on the animal above the fire. This is how the first cooking steps have been started. And this doesn't stop actually. The civilizations have been developed. People started to navigate from one country to the other country. How the navigation was done? Like our GPS system, there is no such things there. Now, if you board a ship, I have seen that when I boarded a ship, the entire screen was displayed in the hall where we are having dinner, and it is clearly showing where we are. So why can't a pilot see that? He knows at what route I need to go and which route I need to take and where we are exactly. But imagine at the olden days, there was no engine, only depending on the winds and the currents of the ocean, the people started to sail and they have discovered new lands, including Indians. We Indians have discovered most of the lands in Southeast Asia. We have propagated our culture. That's why they are called Indianized states of Southeast Asia. The Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, everything is Indianized states. Still, I think in Thailand, you also hear that still the world capital is called Ayodhya, which is inspired from Ayodhya, and the king is called Rama there, still now. So the Westerners have explored India. We Indians have explored Southeast Asian countries. It's like, మనకి ఒక సామెత ఉంటుంది, ఈ ప్రపంచం అంటే బలహీనుడి మీద బలవంతుడి పడి తింటమే. So when we are actually strongest, we actually attack the others. When we are weakest, we are attacked by others. But we cry foul of everything, that we are being beaten, we are being stolen something. Okay, right. Leaving aside, how the sailors used to go from one country to other country in this navigation system, they used to have algorithms. From Arabia, the people sailed to India. From India, the people sailed to Arabia. The algorithm is simple. These are few steps which observe the stars their directions, and the wind currents. At particular time, the Arabians used to come to India a lot. We Indians doesn't go at that time. The reason is the winds will blow from west to east. The other time, the people from India went to Arabia because the winds blowed from east to west. Not only winds, how do you catch the land that you are going? It's only because of observing the stars. So I want to say, for every work, there is something that you need to do in a repeated manner. There is some plan of action. This is called algorithm. A step-by-step process of solving some problem that is given to you is called an algorithm. So our computers are not exception. So this same algorithmic design has been implemented in computers. Now in this chapter, we are going to look into what is an algorithm for the computers, how computers scientists have invented algorithms for their own purpose. Speaking generally, algorithms are written in English with normal sentences for general purpose usage. But for every action in various fields, you will have different representations of algorithms. We will now look into various representations and come to our representation of algorithms in our computer science. So the result of the study of algorithms is very closely tied to the computer science and programming. Without algorithms, you cannot write a program. You can go to the next slide. So here we have some stories, and here also we have some, questions. So that is why now I will pass the link to you. The time has come to pass the link to the chart. Just copy the link and open it. Yeah, I have passed you the link. Everybody needs to get it answered. I should not see anybody not answering this. I think there are at least 83 people or 82 people who are present in this class, and all of you should be answering this. So in algorithms, you open the link and click on next because we have already finished the first page. I'm giving you 1 minute of time to open this.
Sir, I'm getting you need permission, so I have to log in on my phone and see, sir, because of the Gmail.
Uh-huh. Okay, because, okay.
In the laptop, it's my not Geetham Gmail.
So if you are having Geetham mail, then you can directly access it.
Ah, yes, sir, that's why.
If it is not Gmail, I think you cannot access this one.
Yes, sir, it's saying I need permission.
Yeah, 1 minute. I can just change it.
Okay, sir.
So I have taken up the restriction for students. You can enter that.
Okay, sir. I'll see, sir. Yes, sir, now I'm getting. Thank you, sir.
So if it prompts you to enter the email, please enter it. Otherwise, it might collect automatically. So whatever your answers are will be shown to me. I hope everybody has opened it, and I will start the lesson.
Sir, do we just answer this one or proceed further?
Yeah. Wait. We need to discuss about that, and then
Yes, sir.
we'll proceed with this. Yeah, I have given the link to you. Again, the person who has asked can click on the link. Okay, right. Somebody has asked me in the chat.
Mail should be the one of Geetham, no, sir?
Yes.
So the mail, we should enter our email or the mail given by Geetham?
Yeah, if you have Geetham mail, please enter the Geetham mail. Okay, your number at the rate some geetham.in something will be given. Okay, so actually I have made it eligible for the people who have only Gmail and no Geetham mail. If you have Geetham mail, you should enter it. Actually, it collects automatically, but the problem with one person is he couldn't access this page. That's why I have given the access to all the mails. But I announce it again. Please, if you have Geetham mail, you enter the Geetham mail and go forward. So click on the next in the first page, which I have already explained to you. Come to the second page where this person is raising the hand. Right. Coming to this one. So algorithms are important to computer science, but they aren't exclusively part of computer science, as I told you earlier. They have been from the first civilizations of the humans. Let us take something. There is a story that a person is an employee. He has to daily go to his job. And he was a little bit worried about his hamsters. Hamsters are one of the pets, like rats, the dogs, and cats. This story is very good. That's why I have picked up this story. So this person is always fond of his hamsters as pets. So as he was going daily to the office, he was very worried about who will feed the hamsters in the lunch break, right? He cannot come to the home every time and he need to put the food because he is going around 50 kilometers from his home to the office. He cannot come back again and again. So he has advertised for a pet sitter. So babysitters laga, you have pet sitters also in America. So if you are very fond of pet sitter, they used to call the pet sitter and they ask them to do something like for their pets. And by the time they come from the office, the pet sitter will look after them and go away in the evening. So imagine your pet sitter is very good at following the directions. So he's not too intelligent. He only follows what you said. They are not good at their own judgments. They cannot find the conditions and all. Everything should be written by you on paper and he should follow it. So you need to give the instructions for feeding. This is the instruction for feeding. What are the instructions I have given? The step 1 says, check the hamster's food bowl. If the food bowl is empty, this is where the decision making is coming. If the food bowl is empty, put 5 pellets in the bowl. So those who are having pets will know the pedigree, right? You will have pellets in the pedigree. The small, coin type of things that you have, the dogs eat very fondly. So these are called pellets sometimes. So put 5 pellets in the bowl. So if the bowl is empty, that means they have eaten the food. Every time they have eaten the food, put 5 pellets in the bowl. Otherwise, go to step 3. What is step 3? If the food bowl does have some leftover, you can see the screen now. When I ask you to write the question, then only open up your form. Until then, you can minimize it. If the food bowl does have some leftover food pellets in it, put 3 pellets in the bowl. Okay. Now, based on the above algorithm, can you answer what is the answer that you can tick? The question is, there are 4 pellets in the bowl after your pet sitter runs this algorithm. So by the time this algorithm has been run, and by the time the 3 statements have read by pet sitter, the hamsters have a chance to nibble anything. What you can conclude? Among the 3 options, what will you conclude? Is your answer?
The sitters or the leftover
Option
food in
B.
the bowl.
Already leftover food.
So based on the condition given by this, you have decided something like the sitters saw leftover food in the
Food in
bowl.
the bowl when they start.
They started.
This is how the decision making should be taken. And this is how you need to understand the algorithmic design. But there is a flaw here. it is not completely mentioning in detail. So now, if really the pet sitter is intelligent, he gets many doubts now. The doubts are something like this. If there are 4, should I put something like 5 pellets in the bowl, or should I put, what should I put? Shall I put 3 pellets in the bowl? So remember, if only 1 pellet has been ate by hamster, and you need to understand you are every time adding 3 pellets extra. The leftover means what? You need to mention it clearly. The leftover should also have a condition. If the leftover food is only 1 or 2 pellets, okay, put 3 pellets so that you are actually every time filling up the bowl with some 3 pellets. But if the leftover food is 4, that means the hamsters are not interested to eat. So how can you put 3 pellets every time? So again, this time the hamster take 1 pellet and the leftover food will be 4 plus 2, 6, right? So in the 6 pellets, if you think that, okay, this is leftover food and you add again another 3, it will become 9. And next again hamster comes and eats, it will be 8. And so the food increases. At what time you need to stop is one question I am having. And the other question I am getting is, at what time interval I need to check the bowl? Maybe for 1 hour, 2 hours, only at 3 hours for every piece of food. It's also not mentioned here. Algorithms, somebody switch up your mic. So algorithms not only should be given in a vague form, it should be given very clearly. Otherwise, how will you follow? So, నేను చిన్నప్పుడు మిస్టర్ పెళ్ళ అనే ఒక మూవీ వచ్చింది. If you are a Telugu person, you will understand that Rajendra Prasad tries to cook the food, and there is a radio that tells each and every algorithm. She starts with take 1 brinjal, you just cut it into pieces, and then suddenly somebody comes and turn on the radio to another station.
Yoga, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and suddenly
That is chicken, sir.
Chicken.
Yes, there comes like you apply complete,
Oil.
yes,
Joke అయిపోయింది సార్ మొత్తం.
that radio station tells how you make up your girl to send the student. So it says that, okay, completely take the hair and comb it. Then this person thinks that, what is this brinjal? I took brinjal and I I have completely cut it, and where is the hair to the brinjal? He searches like anything, and he's okay. Then he understands, okay, and now I need to go to this combing. So he starts combing his daughter actually, and suddenly the radio station changes, and the next step for the brinjal comes like apply a complete karan ni emantam machipayanu
Chili.
yeah, apply chili powder.
Chili powder.
And he thinks after combing, should I apply chili powder to her head something? Okay, it will be a little bit funny if you can see that one. So here in this scenario, you need to think that when you are cooking also, there are some algorithms given in step-by-step manner. If the algorithm is not clear or confused, naturally you will also put the same thing and the final result will be very bad, right? Because there is a lot of ambiguity in that. For example, you go to an ATM, and if ATM says you may put the ATM card, you may insert the ATM card. What is may here? The may itself says that you may or may not. It is not asking you should insert the card so that you can proceed with the PIN number. It is saying you may. So you may not take out the card from your pocket, and the ATM never reacts to you. So you are understanding that ATM is asking you may. So you are not doing that because it's very pleasing. So you may or may not insert the card, but you still think that the ATM should work. So it's what ambiguity. Algorithms should not be ambiguous. It should be very clear. So whenever you are writing a plan for a solution, you need to be very clear so that if you convert it into a program, the system should understand. Okay, go to the next. Now,
Sir, the answer cannot conclude algorithms.
No, the answer is not that. According to your task, 1 minute. Yeah.
Should be C, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Should be B.
It should be B.
Yes. Right. Okay. So according to this algorithm, check the hamster's food bowl. If the food bowl is empty, put 5 pellets in the bowl. Otherwise, go to step 3. What is step 3? If the food bowl has some leftover food pellets in it, put 3 pellets in the bowl. So if this is the case, if there are 4 pellets in the bowl, what your pet sitter will think about? See the first option, the sitter saw an empty bowl when they started. No, because there are 4 pellets already. And the sitter saw some leftover food in the bowl when they started. Yes, already leftover food is there, right? 4 pellets. If 5 pellets are there, the bowl is completely full. But if 1 is not there and 4 is there, you did not mention what bowl should be considered as leftover food bowl, or what bowl should be considered as, nothing, right? Did you understand? So naturally, this is the option the pet sitter will think about. The pet sitter saw leftover food, that means 4 pellets in the bowl. So there is nothing like cannot conclude. Already it is there clearly. If the food bowl does have some leftover food, if 5 pellets are there, the bowl is full. If it is less than 5, and whatever the number might be, it is always called leftover food. So naturally, she will think that it is leftover food. Yes? Did you understand now?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So next we go to this. Normal English sentences may surface when you want to give specific instructions to your hamster sitter. That means the pet sitter. Most algorithms that are designed to be run on computers are much, much longer and more complicated. Remember, your writing is small because I think there are people in IoT and data science. So you might be working with ISRO. And ISRO is launching a rocket to moon. Remember, when you are writing a program to analyze the data and also to control the systems on board, you both are very important. Luckily, we have 2 sections in this particular course combined. So you have a lot more to work combinedly. So IoT people will write a program that controls the onboard systems on the rocket or the rover that is going to moon. And the data science people will analyze the data that is collected by the rover and also the rocket in between, the atmospheric pressure, the altitude, how fast it is going, are there any obstacles, and so on. So for this, you need to write an algorithm first. How do you track it? How do you solve the problems that you encounter in between? So when you are writing the algorithm, for this type of real-time systems, the algorithm might be very big. It might occupy 2 pages, 3 pages. You are actually the technical people. You are dealing with computer science, which is part of mathematical world. You have a lot of equations, the mathematical functions that you need to write in the algorithms. And if you're writing it like an English sentence and like a paragraph, which I have now highlighted, can anybody read that algorithm? No. It looks like a novel or a storybook. So you need to understand algorithms should not be written as simple paragraphs and in simple English. Algorithms should be considered different for different domains. For example, take a problem of cooking and playing a chess or a board game. How the algorithms will be mentioned? If, for example, somebody has given a book of recipes which you want to cook for your girlfriend or boyfriend, today they are being invited for a dinner, and you started to cook on with your own hand and you felt very happy that finally if he eats this food, he will be very happy for me. And suddenly you read a big story that is not written in steps and it was written in paragraphs. You completely misunderstand that, and the final product that comes to you is this. And by the time your guest will be already in your home, looking for what recipes you have done for him. And instead of giving him recipes, you call the fire engine finally. Yes, this is what that happens. If you anytime cooked for the first time by not taking help of YouTube or anybody and just reading a book, if the book is not clearly mentioning it, what to do next, it's very bad. For example, you take in TVs or something in YouTube, they will clearly say the timing also, right? Take onions, 2 onions, cut it and put it into, you put a bandli onto the stove and have some, some ml of oil there and put the onions, fry it for 5 minutes. If they miss this 5 minutes in the algorithm, what happens is you don't know how many minutes you need to fry. And after half an hour, you come back, all the onions, which should look like golden brown, will be in black color. Yes, this is how you face sometimes when you are first time cooking some food. And later on, you learn slowly with your knowledge of understanding the cooking. So algorithms should not be ambiguous. Algorithms should be clear, step by step, point by point explanation. Otherwise, the results will be devastating that you need to understand. Go to the next page. Take up this example. Chess is very complex. When you are playing chess, if you mention this one to your friend, you are helping your friend to win. You read out this big sentence. Array, keep this. The chess game, second move, black, king side, knight moves forward in the front of bishop and bitter. He will be murdered and he will become murderer. How will he understand this type of big sentence? Chess is very complicated and it was one of the first computers that were played manually. Chess rules are very complicated. People cannot understand that easily. Like you programmers who are interested in computer science can do only programs that are understandable by the computers. There are only certain people who can play chess, not everybody. I know my mother is a very good chess player. She always tried to make me learn chess. I never played it because I'm not a good chess player. She used to tell me some instructions initially to make me understand, like put this horse there, something. And later on, she used to mention like put G1 to F3. You see here, you observe this white horse going from G1 to F3. Why she is saying like that? There is a common understanding between the chess players. Even if you see live chess playing by Anand or Humpy, if you open the internet, they will clearly mention the moves like that, right? They don't say, now Humpy has kept that big elephant from the last row, last but one row in a white color to 3 steps to 4 steps in that near that black color. It's not like that. So you need to understand English writing algorithms are only possible in general sense. You cannot write something in computer science in the same way. That is why I have shown you an example of chess. You see, this is a complete English sentence that was written, never understandable by a common man or even the chess player. And this is the same thing that is converted here. You see, simple thing is NC6. So for example, to say the same sentence, we can simply mention it with the number NC6. Now move it to C6 something. If you know chess, you will understand, right? Okay, anybody have played chess who are good at chess?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
I think
sir.
you understand the moves will be given like this, right? The steps
Yes,
will
sir.
be,
It's like B8 to C6 like that. They
yes.
keep.
Even if you are learning chess from your master, he will never mention like this type of sentence. He will always mention the algorithm like this with the numbers that are mentioning. First move this one, next move this one, like that. And so this is the same thing that happens in computer science. We call this type of algorithmic representation pseudocode. It's not pseudocode that you play in the paper. It is pseudocode. Pseudocode. Pseudocode is the name for the specialized way that computer scientists express algorithms. So computer scientists never write algorithms as I shown you before, like English sentences. Like how the people who plays the chess will write their own algorithmic communication. Like just now I have showed like NC6 something. We have our own communication. Fundamentally, pseudocode is just a list of instructions. Here is some pseudocode to help your hamster sitter to get into the apartment. Simple sentences. There are no big sentences that you write. You take the sentences like if she wants to enter into the room, what are the sentences that you do? Take the key out of your pocket. It's very clear. You can also write right pocket or left pocket, whatever it might be. Put the key into the lock. It's also very clear. The next one. So she has kept it. And the third instruction that you write is turn the key. Yes, the door is open. That's all. Very clear. There is no ambiguity here. And now, a small instruction set. Can you help me in identifying the order of steps that are given in the jumbled form?
Open the door, close it, sit in driver's seat, turn on engine.
So what is that? What is the first step that you do?
Open the door,
Open the door.
Open the door.
close
Sit
it,
in the driver's
Close
seat.
the door.
Sit in driver's seat.
Sit in
sit in
driver's seat.
driver's seat, and then turn on the engine.
engine.
Turn
So
on the
close
Close the door.
Press it like this. Close the door and turn on the.
Turn on the engine.
Yes, sir.
That's your wish. So this is very simple thing. You can go to the next. And here I want to say that all that you have mentioned up to now is called command or instruction. What to do, what not to do is not here discussed. What to do and what not to do is not discussed here, but we are only discussing what to do. Okay, open the door, put the food pellet in the bowl. That's all. These are just instructions. Like you say A is equal to B plus C is an instruction. Printf hello world is an instruction. Scan some value or input some value is an instruction. We are not coming to the conditions until now. We are just writing the sentences like that. Now we go to the conditions. Algorithms in computer science are almost never just sequence of commands. Just instructions raste saripodu. Algorithms should also include conditional instructions, if and else. Here is an algorithm in English that is conditional on whether the hamster is hiding or not. Read this English algorithm and we will look into how it is converted into pseudocode. Like I said to you, in chess, we have converted a big English sentence into a small numbering format that indicates the step-by-step process of what to do next in chess. And we have our own representation called pseudocode. Now this algorithm is in English, which I am highlighting. What is it? If the hamster is hiding, put on some soothing music. Soothing music might be very pleasant to it and it wants that music. Otherwise, put her ball in the cage and play with her. Here you need to understand two things. If the hamster is very much afraid of seeing the new person, the pet sitter, and if it is hiding somewhere else because of the fear of what this person might do, so he says that put on a soothing music. That means it will be very warmful and it will be pleasant so that it will slowly come out of the hiding place and starts to play with it. But if the hamster is very happy to see this pet sitter and wants to play with her, she can just go to her cage and put on the ball and play with her. That's all, right? These are the two conditions. If it is hiding, that means it is feared. So play music and keep her pleasant. If it is not hiding and trying to play with you, play with her by taking the ball to her cage. How do you write this pseudocode in computer science? You see, if the hamster is empty, if the hamster is hiding,
It's 3 o'clock.
put on the soothing music. This is an instruction or a command. That's what we mentioned earlier for the car, right? That open the door, sit, close, something. So this is an instruction, but this is a condition. And else, this otherwise is turned as else. Else means or. General ga idi nenu else anedi naku arthamayyedi kaadu. I don't know why else is written. Why can't we put or there? But I understood that this else is not a word from English. It is a Scandinavian word. There in Sweden, for or they used to call it like Elsa. In Denmark, Sweden, Poland, everywhere. Elsa under them. So or in the sense they will call Elsa. So from that they came with else. So if or antaniki, otherwise antaniki, you also say else. Else put the ball in the cage. You see, put the ball in her cage and play with her Anna. These are the two instructions. This is one instruction, and this one is another instruction that we are giving. Put the ball in cage, play with hamster. Clear, right? So this is the representation for our pseudocode in computer science for a simple English sentence. See the difference between them. Now, the algorithm above uses a conditional instruction. A pattern you will see constantly in computer science, algorithms, and programming, right? So now let us test it. An algorithm includes three things. What are the three things? So this is a part of the principles of coding. One thing I want to say, if you need to get selected in the company, you need to learn the principles of coding, programming. So algorithm is one of the principle of programming. And in algorithm, there are three principles that you need to mention while you write an algorithm. You should not miss anything. That is, describe a test. That means there should be some conditions. List some instructions to run if the test succeeds. And the third part is list other instructions to run if the test fails. For example, come to this one again. If hamster is hiding is the test. Put on the soothing music is an instruction if the test pass. Ante adi hide avutundi annamata. If it is hiding, the test is passing here. The next thing that you do is put on the soothing music. And the third principle is list other instructions if the test fails. If the hamster is not hiding, the test has failed. So it comes to the else part. So these are the instructions that will run after the test fails. So these are the three things that you need to mention. The test, the instruction if the test pass, and the instructions if the test fails. Pass and true. Deeniki vastundi. Failed and it comes to else and go to these statements. Now let us see here. Now based on this, I have written an algorithm here. You look into this algorithm. What is mentioned here? The step one says, check the hamster's food bowl. If the food bowl has no food pellets left in it, do two things. Put 2 fruit pellets in the bowl. Ante fruits ki sambandhinchina pedigree type. And then put 3 veg pellets in the bowl. If the bowl is empty, no pellets left there, then put 2 fruit pellets and 3 veg pellets. Otherwise, if the food bowl does have some leftover food pellets in it, adi ennamna, just put 3 veg pellets in the bowl. Finished. Step 3. Finally, if the hamsters are next active when it rains, if rain is not forecast on tonight's weather report, add 1 more veg pellet to the bowl. So that means if it rains, hamsters chala less active lo untayanta. If rain is not forecasted, they will be very happy to play and they will be very active. So put 1 more veg pellet antunadu. So this is an English sentence that was given as a paragraph. But still I have included steps here for you to understand. The next thing that you do is arrange this. So I have clearly mentioned which one is the step and which one is sub-step. Coming to this again, don't go to your form, just look into the screen what I am showing. If this is the test line, I say it as step 1 and its else part is step 2. And in between what you write the instructions, I mentioned it like sub step 1. This is sub 1, step 2. This is sub 2, step 2. Like that I have mentioned. So I think you understand. Step 2 lo you sub parts anamata. Step 1 lo is sub part. Atla nen mention chesanu kinda. Based on your algorithm, you find out what ticks you need to go with this. Which one should be there? Actually, next time lines mention line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and line 5. But now I am mentioning it as sub step 1, sub step 2, step 1, step 2, like that. Now I have given all of these. Based on these sentences, please try to arrange them in such a way that you should satisfy this entire algorithm for your pet sitter. Jaswant Reddy, you have asked some question. I could not understand. Can you say it, sir?
Sir, are we saying this is if and else if operator, sir? Like
Yes.
this depends on if and else if operator, sir. Like we use in C.
Yes, that's what. That's correct.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, try to identify the algorithmic steps and tell me what should be the answer. I have given the form because I want every one of you should participate on their own individually. So I should see at least 82 responses. Based on the above sentence or the paragraph that was given, you can write it on paper and tell me how you can arrange it. So imagine like as if you are arranging the above way, the pseudocode example which I have shown you, like soothing music, ball in the cage, and a hamster. You can arrange like this.
Yes, sir, completed.
Yeah. We will wait for another 30 seconds. Let's all of them complete.
Yes.
Done, sir.
Okay, right. Can anybody help me to do this?
Plastic bowl is empty, sir.
Step 1 is if the bowl is empty. Sir.
Bowl is empty.
Okay, next.
Put 2 fruit pellets in the bowl.
So
Pellets in the bowl, sir.
2 fruit pellets in the bowl.
Yes,
and
sir.
Put 3 veggie pellets in
Put
the
3
bowl.
veggie pellets in the bowl.
Pellets. Okay. Next.
Else.
Else. Which else? Only one else is there, right, for us? Okay. Else.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Put
Else
1
put 3
veggie
veggie
pellet in
pellets
the
in-
bowl. First option.
1 veg pellet in the bowl. Okay, very good.
If no raincast
No,
is
sir.
forecast.
If no rain is forecast. Then what is the last option that we have? I think this is the one, right?
Put 3
Sir, no,
veggie
sir.
pellets.
In the bowl. So this is
Yes.
how you do it. So first step is if the bowl is empty. In the first step, there are 2 sub-steps that are instructions. Put 2 fruit pellets and 3 veg pellets. And in the second step, you have else. And in else, there is only one sub-step. That is put 1 veg pellet. And we have another condition for us, which is not if condition inside the loop, inside the condition. So it is outside. So if no rain is forecast is step 3. What is that sub-step instruction? is put 3 veg pellets.
Sir, it's
Sir,
wrong,
last.
sir.
Sir,
Sir,
sub
wrong,
one
sir.
step 3 is
Sir.
Yeah,
Step 1.
sub. Yes.
yeah, substep 3.
Not one.
Sir, that is first
Put
one,
one
sir.
veg
Put
pellet.
one veggie pellet in the bowl.
So I think you need to remove this one, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we
Yes, sir,
have
that
to
one
shift
is
it
put
from
3
that to
veggie pellets in the bowl.
Okay. So I need to keep. No, this one should be here, and this one should be here. This is what you are saying, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us see the answer. Possibly, yeah. This is the answer. Okay. So I think you are correct.
Yes, sir.
So this is how it appears when you arrange all of them, the paper. Right. So conditions are not just like this from one another. You know, if and if condition only, if else, and the other one is if. But there are complex decisions in which you need to write conditions inside conditions. They are called nested conditions. So now let us take this nested condition example and we will arrange it. So let us help hamster to understand what it needs to do. అంటే మీరు hamsters కూడా ఒక algorithm ఇచ్చారు. You have been giving an algorithm to hamster what to do and what not to do. Now this is what? The decision making algorithm. So this is what you have given for the hamster. So what you said is, he will decide to come out and play if there's a soothing music playing. So he is very pleasant and wants to play. If a soothing music is playing, he wants to decide and come out and play. He will also decide to come out and play if there's neither rain noise or the noise of the barking dogs. That means there are no dogs barking or there is no rain in the neighborhood. Then also they want to play, come out and play. There are two things that they come out and play. One is if the soothing music is playing, but along with the soothing music playing, if there are no dogs barking and also there is no rain. Okay, this is what the condition. So your task is, by writing a pseudocode with the help which I am giving you now, you can write it on paper and tell me, you need to fill up a pseudocode in such a way that the computer should also understand what you want to tell to the hamster. See, these are the blocks I have given to you. What are these blocks? This is the only block you need to use. You should not write it on your own. Okay. So if soothing music is playing, what instruction you will give, and in else what instruction you will give. If dogs are quiet, what instruction you will give, and in else what instruction you will give. Like that. You can also put the conditions inside the condition. That is called nested condition. You can also put these two conditions inside this one also. If soothing music is playing, you can put these conditions inside this. Not only instructions. In conditions, you can put other conditions also. So we have two items that like come out and play and come out and play. Now I have given you like this. So this contains 8 lines. So how many lines are there? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8. You need to rearrange in such a way that the order should be the same. నేను ఇక్కడ ఇందులో sub step and mention చేయాలి. I'm only giving you the line. So you need to mention the line number where should be arranged. You can write it on paper and tick on the line number. So here I want to clarify the else one belongs to the first if condition. Else 2 belongs to the second if condition. Else 3 belongs to the third if condition. And I think remaining 2 are instruction lines or commands.
Sir, ఒక్కసారి రిపీట్ చేయరా సార్?
Which one you want to repeat?
ఇదే పైన కమాండ్స్.
Yes, sir. I also want this to be repeated, sir.
These commands that you want?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are the blocks I have given. This is one condition if soothing music is playing, and this is failing condition. Okay. This is another condition, and this else is its failing condition. This is another condition, and this else is failing condition.
Sir,
I
7 and 8 are same, no, sir? 7 and 8.
7 and 8 same, but you need to write these lines for 2 times. Because I have given like this. You see this condition. He says that
to come out and
he will come out and play if soothing music is playing, and he also comes out and play if there is no rain and no dogs barking in the neighborhood. So I think you need to write this statement for 2 times. That's why I have given 2 times. Okay. Now it's your task to rearrange them in such a way that do not consider these blocks. Just I have written these things. You only need to read this if and else conditions. This one is named as else 1, else 2, and else 3. And now arrange them in an order and see what lines you need to do and tick on the lines.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you will have 8 lines, right? So in an order you tick it so that we can understand how you have written it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We will wait for another 30 seconds and see other people.
So there's one
Anybody
option
help?
short.
Yes.
There's one option short. We cannot put all the options in.
Yes, sir. Like it'll not come out and play. Okay, one option is missing, sir.
Cannot put all the options.
Sir,
There
no,
are,
sir. Sir, it's perfect, sir. We can put it all together.
We can put it.
Yes, sir. We can put it all together.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My bad. Yes, sir.
So now anybody help me to do which line is what?
If shooting music is playing,
Okay. Is the first line.
comes out and play.
No, sir. Else one is the second one.
Come out and play, no, sir.
Else one is the second
Come
statement,
out
sir.
and play, sir.
Come out and play, sir.
Come out and play, sir.
Line.
Next else one.
Yes.
Next else
Else
one.
one. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Next else one.
That,
Right.
Next, if dogs are
If
quiet.
dogs are quiet,
that dogs are quiet.
Dogs are
Next,
quiet.
else two.
comes out and play.
Else 2.
Else two.
If it's raining,
It's raiding. Comes out play. Else 3.
else three.
Meaning it should not come out.
Sir, actually, if dogs are quiet, next come out and play. Sir.
If
Yes,
dogs
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Dogs
Ah.
are quite come out and play, sir.
Comes out and.
I think
No, sir. If dogs are quiet, 4 comes out and play 5. Else 2 is 6.
no. I think if dogs are quiet, then I think you need to check this one also before else. So I want to say if it is raining, that is where you keep else, I think. Okay, else 3 will be coming inside it. So else 2 might be somewhere else. See how I am doing. If soothing music is playing, the next line will be comes out and play, right? Else, if dogs are, can we write else immediately? No, I think we need to check if dogs are quiet also.
Yes, sir.
Because if soothing music is playing, not only that one, it also needs to check whether the dogs are quiet. Maybe this might be the second line before you comes out and play.
1 and 2 is correct, sir.
Sir, but that will become
Sir,
a
this is
next
actually
statement, no,
confusing.
sir.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you said, I will put it and we will see. Or we will check out the answer. Yeah, tell me after this. Tell me after this. See, one thing is when you write after that, you just check out whether it is really going correct or not.
Sir, if dogs are quiet, then the hamster should come out and play, no, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Then come out and play.
Then fifth step will be come out and play, no, sir.
So what
Yes.
is
like
the
this,
second
sir,
step
like
then?
this we have to first.
I mean, we
No,
are
sir.
giving
Fifth.
separate if conditions, no, sir.
The second step is else one, sir.
You
Third
need.
step is
They are not separate if conditions. You can put it in between also. You can rearrange in such a way that they can be, nested conditions.
Sir, then first and two will be soothing music and dogs are quiet, no sir.
That's what I am saying. So I
Sir.
prefer second step to be like this.
And then he comes out and play.
Okay, so I think it is not moving away. Okay, I will. Put
Sir,
it.
can I?
Yeah, you can.
Sir, second step is else one, sir. We have to. For every step, we have to keep else. Like I have got it, sir. I have got it.
Sir, but if the first step, if
I have got it, sir.
statement, sir, a small doubt, sir. If the if statement is being executed, why would it go to the else, sir?
Yeah, that's what I am asking. If soothing music
That's
is playing,
if that is the correct statement, no sir.
yeah, if soothing music is playing, it will not go. It should not go to else.
Go to
Right?
else, it will go to
write
playing.
So once you put, sir,
Which one?
first second step is else one.
No, second step else one will not be.
No,
fine.
actually,
I have got it, sir. I have got it, sir.
if the table might be right, but in logical it can't be right, no sir.
Yes.
Yeah, in logic it is not right.
Taken in the table.
Yeah, table. See, table లో కరెక్ట్ పెట్టినంత మాత్రం నెక్స్ట్ కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అంటే నెక్స్ట్ కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది మామూలుగా కూడా బట్
అదే కానీ లాజిక్ కరెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు కదా సార్.
Logic is not correct. Else should not be coming because here it clearly says if soothing music is playing in algorithm he says it wants
It should come out and play.
It should come out and play.
And also it needs to decide whether there is raining and no barking.
Barking of the dog.
There is no
Barking of
raining
dog.
and there is no barking.
Barking of the
tell me
dog.
based
So
on that.
it should be nested statement, sir. Soothing
Yes, it
music
can
is
be
playing
nested
and dogs are
statement.
quiet. He will come out and play.
Yeah, he will come out and play, right? Next.
Yes, sir.
Next else one, else two.
Next else one. Else one is okay. Next, what is the condition that you put? If it is raining,
He won't come out and play, no sir.
yeah, there is no
Sir,
come out.
then
So
only
you,
one come out and play is enough, sir.
no. You need to come out and play, but you need to rearrange that in such a way that you need to think about what will happen.
Sir, we can keep it like if it's raining, if the statement is wrong, we'll go to else, come out and play.
Okay, that's good. So akkada vedam. If for example, if it's raining is fifth line,
That will be wrong, no sir.
else
So
three
you will come to the else part. Else statement will be executed. So that's what I'm thinking.
So tell me the alternative. Your choice.
Sir, if it's raining, should be in a sixth, no, sir.
I'm actually trying to confuse you because I got the answer already. That was proven. So I want you to get with the answer.
Sir, second step should be come out and play, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us
Yes,
come out.
Second
third
step,
step
come out and play, sir.
Third
step is else one.
if dogs are quiet.
Else, sir. Third step.
Third step is else one. Okay.
Next, we give if dogs are quiet.
If dogs are white. Sorry, peters nak chudam.
If dogs are quiet, fifth step is come out and play.
If dogs
sir,
are
it's raining only, sir. If it is raining only.
let us keep all this back. Now tell me, if dogs are quiet, what is the fifth line?
Comes out and play.
Comes out and play.
Else two.
Next else two, right?
If it's raining, else three.
If it's raining, else three. Okay. So somebody said that. What's your name?
Vamsi, sir.
Vamsi. Okay, Vamsi or your friends, most of you have said, if it is soothing music, comes out and play. Else one, if the dogs are quiet, then comes out and play. Else two, if it's raining, else three. Okay, finally else three will be there. Will you agree or any other changes?
After dogs are quiet, then if it is raining, sir, nested one.
Okay, so I also agree for that. If dogs are quiet, if it is raining.
Then it comes out, else comes out and plays.
Which else you want to give? Else
Two,
two?
sir.
Else two. Then the last one is comes out and play. That's what?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us see this one. So what is the first line is, if the soothing music is playing, come out and play. Else, if the dogs are quiet and if it is raining, you don't do anything, come to else. If it is not raining, else means if it is not raining, then you come to play. That means ఇక్కడ చూడండి, if dogs are quiet and if it is not raining, then only you come to play. But if dogs are quiet and it is raining, you will not come to play. Okay. So final else three. Let us see this. You will understand now what is this one. You can see this one. This should be your final answer. If soothing music is playing, come out and play. Else, if dogs are quiet, if it's raining, you are not playing. That's why I left out like this.
Yes, sir.
Dogs are quiet and it's also not raining. That means you go to the else part. So everything is clear for you. So you
Yes,
can
sir.
play. Otherwise, if dogs are not quiet, also you don't do anything. ఒకసారి dogs quiet గా లేవంటే రైనింగ్ పడినా పడకపోయినా మనకు అవసరం దాక్కోవడమే. We are not coming out and playing. So just look into this figure and understand how you are doing it.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank
These
you,
are
sir.
called nested if conditions. And this is the pseudo code that you are mentioning. That means it's not completely programming, right? You are mixing up some English with some type of computer representation. And మీకు అదృష్టం ఏంటంటే you are now in Python. The Python also looks like pseudocode. ఒక విధంగా చెప్పాలంటే. So for every research paper or whatever it might be, a computer scientist will always write his plan in pseudocode on paper. Based on the pseudocode, he tries to write something into the programming. He converts this pseudocode into programming. Now I think it is very easy for you to convert into programming, right? You can write print, and you can say this sentence as a form of mathematical equation. If soothing music is playing, 1 or 0 you will keep. If 1 is there, then it's playing. If 0 is there, it's not playing. You can convert it easily. You can try out if you know programming.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, does it mean that dogs must be quiet if it's not raining?
If dogs are quiet, in the sense, dogs might be quiet or not. Asli quiet ga leకపోతే మనం వెళ్ళిపోతాం. Okay, so we don't play. But if they are quiet, the next sentence that we measure is whether it's raining or not. So there is no connection between dogs are quiet and it's raining.
Okay.
If dogs are quiet, the next condition that we check immediately is whether it's raining or not. So that means the hamster is first giving a preference to the dogs, which might be the predators. So if they are barking, it is very afraid than the rain. So that's why the first condition we are checking is whether dogs are quiet. If dogs are quiet, then the next condition immediately checks inside dogs are quiet is raining.
Whether it's raining or not.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So you have seen until now some commands and the conditional instructions. So it's a mix of three principles: the testing, the instructions if the test pass, and the instructions if the test fail. And among these things, there are two things that you are mainly mentioning. One is the commands and the conditional instructions. This is where the computer scientists use pseudocode to express complex algorithms like this. So commands and conditional instructions are the two fundamental pieces of both pseudocode and programming languages. So in future, we will also look into how you write pseudocode for the loops when we go to the loops. So if you understood this concept, you can say yes, and click next. Have you all understood what is algorithm and pseudocode?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think you also understand how the decision making is used in real-time programming using algorithms. Yesterday, what concept we have discussed, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now combining these two things, now we will go to Raptor. We will explain how you can download Raptor and how you work with Raptor. And I give you two first problems which you need to design in Raptor. And by that time, you will definitely understand why this decision making concept, which I have told you earlier, is very important. So for writing the flowcharts in Raptor, whatever principles I have said in this decision making should be applied. So what is the basic principle what you understand from the yesterday's lesson? The whole thing I have explained, but every time I'm stressing on something. What is that something?
We have to.
Step should be less.
Yes. There should be reduced number of conditions so that your final result should be attained as fast as possible. So this is the only one that we need to discuss. And after downloading Raptor tool, we will go into our problems if the time is left. Otherwise, tomorrow we will go through. And you will understand what is the essence of this lesson by your practical means. Now, coming to Raptor. So this is a tool where you draw flowcharts. And for this, I want to first share some volunteer to share his screen. I want to, because I have Raptor and that too, this is Mac, you will get confused if I show how to install everything. So in Macintosh and Linux, you need to install Raptor using Wine. So I want some volunteer using Windows. Dinesh, do you help me?
Sorry, I am using Linux, sir, actually.
Sir, shall I?
Alert from
Okay, somebody with
your
Windows
desk is
first.
almost full.
Somebody with Windows first. Can you share the screen so that I will help you in downloading and installing?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you should allow.
Sir, shall I?
Sir, you should allow us.
I will allow. Okay, somebody, please.
Sir, can you see?
Yes.
Sir. Now, sir.
Now go to Google.
Yes, sir.
I think, okay, you are in Google. Right, in the search bar here in Google.
Yes, sir, I'm in search bar.
Okay, there only search bar, right. You type Raptor. RAPTOR. Flowchart. Okay, fine, it came. Escape it. And click on that one. So you will find it like this. So you can see the website like this, raptor.martin Carlist, .com. This is the website that you have, and go a little bit down, you will have some download for Windows. So all the guide is also mentioned here. Come down. You will have download.
Sir, what is
yeah,
the Linux and Raptor?
A little bit above. Yeah, you see that the latest version. Download the latest version. Click on that button. So all of you do the same thing. There will be a file called Raptor 2019 MSI. I think somebody has put some green color annotation. Please cancel it. No. Yeah, you close this website.
Sir, see this.
Which one?
Windows.
Yeah,
Windows.
minimize this one.
Sir, that means say I already installed it. So it's saying Windows Smart Screen can't be reached right now.
I did not understand what you are saying.
It's unable to install
Just
the
press
Raptor,
run.
sir.
Just press run.
1 minute. Just minimize it. I am not seeing your screen. Can you share your whole desktop? Not just screen, because I am only seeing your website.
I'm sharing the screen, sir.
Yeah, you are sharing, but I am only seeing.
You are able to see only our website, not the download.
Yeah, this is the download. You're unable to see.
We are able to
Minimize
see
it, minimize it.
window, bro.
Now you can see it.
No, still web.
Minimize that. Minimize that.
I think sir is asking you to go to that place where this thing has been downloaded.
Exactly.
It's working,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Sort of done.
Go to my files and downloads that downloads.
Go to Windows, my folder, and okay. Now show it in the folder. Yes. Click on it.
Now you can see, sir.
No, I think you need to share
You
that.
shared only Google screen. Google.
Yeah, you should share the whole desktop.
Okay, that's what I've done. Okay.
Share the whole desktop so that everything can be visible.
Sir, I don't know where is that option, sir. Can you tell me where is?
See, when you
Come to Zoom again.
Once stop share and try to screen
I
share.
didn't share.
Okay.
So click on the top left corner. You will see desktop. Click on share, and on top left you can see desktop.
Yes, sir. Screen is there, sir.
Yeah, you can share the screen.
Yes, sir. Now we can see, sir.
Yes, I can see now. So click on next. Next. Installation is going on. So everybody can do the same thing now. Let it get installed. Why it is still preparing to install as if it is my 2004 computer?
I don't know, sir.
No, it happened to me also. You have to give it permission. There'll be a pop-up. You'll have to give it permission.
You have to allow the
Yeah.
permission to administrate.
Actually, it's installing Raptor.
That same thing in the background. What it gave me was allow this program to make changes to Windows. So that
I got it. It's going.
I don't think he has set an administrative access permission.
Right.
So it's completed.
Yeah, you can close it now. Go to that Windows search bar. Catalan or something will be there, right? Search. Yeah, in the search you type Raptor. Search above that. Okay.
Search.
Fine. So do you play games generally?
No, sir.
Okay. So why your system is very slow? I don't understand.
Actually, I installed Linux, sir. Kali Linux.
You got it. You see, this one, what he's dragging now is the master console, in which your output will be there, the master console, and maximize the Raptor. Yes. And now click on one symbol there. Like, input symbol. Click on input symbol. Input. There the symbol input is there, right? Assignment, call, input, output.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Click on that input symbol.
Yes, sir.
Click on that below start. You click on. You click on below start. There start and end ఉంది కదా పక్కన.
Yes, sir.
అది కాదు. That start and end. You click on that.
Yes, sir.
Once click on the input again.
Yes, sir. I clicked on the input, sir.
And click on the line that connecting start and end. Yes, that's how you do it. And click on that input, double click on input. Not that input. Here what you have dragged. Yeah. Now it is asking you to enter. So you enter it in double quotes a message. Please enter A. Double quotes. Please enter A. Okay. Double quotes.
Yes, sir.
In the below, no, wait. In the below column, you enter A. Now done. And you can see that it is. Can you increase the zoom? There, the 80%. No, that is not zoom. That is not zoom actually. Yeah. Increase to 125. Yeah. That's all. That's all. Keep it like that. And click again another input.
Again, new one, sir.
Yes, new one. And keep it below that A. Keep it below that A.
Yes, sir.
And again enter this time B. So I am trying to add A plus B and give you the answer. That's what I am making him do. S and B. Done. And the next thing that you do is process. So assignment. Go to assignment, click on that. And you click on that. Yes. So now what you do, double click on that. Double click on that.
Yes, sir. Set.
Answer, ANS. ANS.
Yes, sir. Answer.
Too low.
Yes,
capital A plus capital B. Capital A plus capital B. Done. Save. Save it something, add addition, add ADD. That's all, save. Okay, now answer is assigned to. For example, in programming, we give it like answer is equal to A plus B, right? So answer. Now output it. So below that one, you put output. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Double click on that. You observe that the incoming bracket, the incoming arrow indicates it's an input.
Alert from
the outgoing
your
bracket,
disk is almost full.
Okay, thank you. The outgoing bracket will indicate an output. Now what you write it in double quotes. In double quotes, the answer is close double quotes.
Yes, sir.
Plus, no, still right. Plus. And in double quotes.
Yes, sir.
Space. Colon. Okay. Again double quotes. Semicolon kaadu. Colon e kottava?
Yes, sir.
2 dots. Colon. Achadamma. 2 dots untayi kada. Colon.
Okay, so sorry, sir. I understood. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Again space.
Yes, sir.
Double quotes.
Double quotes.
Plus. Direct గా నువ్వు ఇందాక రాసావు కదా క్యాపిటల్ ఏ తో ఆన్సర్. నువ్వు ఇంకేం డబుల్ కోట్స్ లో పెట్టద్దు. ఆన్సర్.
Yes, answer.
Yes.
ANSWER.
Yes, that's all. Ikkada you only 1 minute. You need to understand that whatever we are keeping in double quotes is the prompt message. So what we are doing is we are concatenating two prompt messages. This plus symbol is called concatenation. So the answer is plus colon indicates there is a concatenation between two strings. Two strings in the sense they are actually two messages. They are being concatenated. That means they are being attached. Ante kada manam, okay, how many of your family will come? Me plus my wife plus my son will come. Antha leda general ga. Plus why we use plus? Because we are concatenating. Along with that, we are also concatenating something called a variable answer. Okay. So answer ane dantlo your final result will be stored in the answer which you are now concatenating. So what will be your output? Finally, the answer is colon, the answer, the number that in place of answer. Okay, now we will see the output also. Done. Click done.
Yes, sir.
Now you click on the play symbol. Yes. Now it is asking to enter one value for it. Any value. 2, right? Next. 3. See that green symbol that it is coming, saying that each line it is processing. Okay. So in the master console, you can see that the answer is 5. So he has entered 2 for A and 3 for B. So answer is equal to A plus B. So 2 plus 3, 5. And the final answer output is, answer is 5. Did you understand? Now, I will show you a small magic.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me, Amma.
Sir, ఒక క్విక్ రీక్యాప్ ఇవ్వగలరా సార్? నాది వైఫై పోయింది, ఒక 10 minutes డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయింది.
Anyway, this video is being recorded. I will send you that recording video to your WhatsApp groups. Okay?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt. By using which computer language this console is created, sir?
I think they have used C and Java, I think.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, try to.
And the beauty I will show you once. 1 minute. You go to the generate amma. Fine file, edit, scale, and you make the.
Yes, sir. File, edit, scale, generate.
Generate.
Yes,
now you can see that Java is there, right?
yes, sir.
Click on Java.
Yes, sir.
And OK. OK, go to. Press OK. Now there is a file called add.java is generated. Now search for it, where it is created. Here it will not open. It will only open Raptor 2.
I have to search in my PC, sir.
Yeah, I think where it is told in download something, right?
Okay, downloads. Okay, sir.
Some Raptor folder, something it was not in the downloads.
I think I have to go there again. Sir.
Again, generate. We will see what is that location that was given.
Java C users.
This is what you need to understand. In documents, it is there, I think. Documents add.java.
Okay, sir.
Somebody remove that annotations.
Users here, OneDrive documents.
You can directly go to documents. Click on Windows, my computer, on documents.
Windows users here documents, and here
in that you need to search where exactly it is. Add and type G.
It was saved as Java, no?
Sir, it is in OneDrive, sir.
Exactly. It was
OneDrive, sir.
OneDrive, sir. Sir, in OneDrive documents, sir.
Documents munde inkoka దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళు. ER లోకి వెళ్ళు ఒకసారి. Go to ER. పైన క్లిక్ చేయి ఒకసారి. ER క్లిక్ చేయి ఒకసారి.
Users లో ER లో ఉంది, sir.
ER లోనే not documents, go to OneDrive something. OneDrive ఏదో ఉంది చూడు.
Yes, sir.
In that documents, yes.
Add. Sir, Raptor file లేకపోతే Java file?
Yeah, Java file. Don't open this. అది ఓపెన్ అయిందో లేదు చూడు. ఈ క్లాన్స్ క్యాన్సిల్ చేద్దాం. సర్లే కానీ
జావా ఫైల్ ఇలా వస్తుంది సార్. మొబైల్ స్మార్ట్ హబ్ ఫైల్ మేనేజర్ వస్తుంది.
అట్లా అయితే ఒకసారి రైట్ క్లిక్ చేసేస్తా. రైట్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ఉండు. ఓపెన్ విత్ ఆప్షన్ ఉంది చూడు కింద. ఓపెన్ విత్ అండ్ నోట్ ప్యాడ్. ఓపెన్ విత్ నోట్ ప్యాడ్. You can see now the entire code has been generated. See the power of flowcharts. Just with the flowchart, after you draw a flowchart, the entire Java program has been generated. You can see why the question marks have been given. The reason is Java needs the variable should be mentioned with whether it is an integer variable or float or character. These are called data types. Later on we will introduce. In Python they are not there actually, but in Java they are required. You need to mention whether A is an integer or a character or a string or a number something. And that is why it is giving question marks. So you can fill them. So remaining code, everything has been filled. You see that answer is equal to A plus B, and finally print line, the answer has been printed, everything. So this is the beauty of Raptor. If you are learning Java in the next semester, you can use Raptor to find out your solution. After Raptor, you can directly generate your code for your projects. Okay, understood, everybody? Okay, right. Close it. Now,
sir, Python లో సేవ్ చేసుకోలేమా అది జావా కాకుండా?
I think see now the basic logic will be the same. You can rub away those braces and you can also convert it into Python. But actually there is nothing like Python is given. You have C++, Java, which is known to you. Remaining all is ADA, and these are all old languages. And if you are good at Microsoft programming, you can also go for Visual Basic, ADA, and then C hash.
So what is C hash, sir?
C hash also looks like Java and C++. A little bit higher version when compared to C++.
Mostly used in gaming language, sir. It is.
Microsoft product C hash will be given. So all the apps for for Microsoft and will be developed in C hash, and sometimes it is equal to Objective-C for iOS apps. So Apple apps కోసం Objective-C వాడతారు, అది C hash లానే ఇంచుమించు అలాగే ఉంటుంది. So I think you have understood it. Try some basic problems in writing this flowchart. So what I will do is, tomorrow I will give you few problems. So maybe today only I will ask you to write it. So I will share the screen now where you can find out what exactly problems you need to do. Okay, you can stop sharing, Amma.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now I will show you how you need to keep the conditions, then I will go for that. Now, here you look into this, my cursor. This is called selection, right? Selection in the sense it is decision making. Now, for example, I give A and B, right? So I give inputs A and B. Okay, I will save now. So I am giving this input. Enter A. Now I will do A. Done. I will give another input. Enter B. And so I will type B here. And so the next thing I will do is, I want to find out whether A is less than B or not. If A is less than B, I want to print A is smaller. Otherwise, I want to print A is greater. Now, this is called decision making, which I am selecting now, the red highlighted one. You can see the left side. Now, click on this arrow, then it will be inserted like this. Now, double click on the rhombus symbol. You will find like this. See, he has given examples of how to do it. Like count is equal to x plus 2, count not equal to 5, like that, right? You can write it like that, anything. So I want to test whether A is less than B. This is what my condition is. I put done. And so you can see A is less than B. If it is S, what will happen? I want to put it like something, output. So I will write, so A is smaller. Okay, I have typed the message. So it will give A is smaller. If it is no, if the A is not less than B, then I want to give, so A is greater. Close the double quotes. The message should always be with the double quotes. Done. Now I want to test it. You see how I will test? Well, play. So it asks me to enter A. So I will enter something like 2. And next, it asks me to enter B. I will enter 3. Now I think the answer is, so A is smaller, because it's just seen the condition that 2 is less than 3, because the condition is true and it is passing the test as mentioned in the pseudocode earlier. It is coming to S and printing this one. If the test fails, like for example, I will show you. I will enter A as 3 and B as 2. Now the test fails. So what it is printing? So put A is greater. So you get the answer, A is greater. So test fails and test correct. This is how you need to write down. And I will also explain you how you can put the conditions, nested conditions. Yeah, if 2 values are equal also, Sheikh, I want to tell that it fails the condition. So that also you need to check. For example, I can give it like this. If you want to check both less than or equal to, I can do it like this. You can see the zoom, right? Equal to. I think all of you can see the zoom, what I have typed now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Less than or equal to B, I am giving. So I'll put done. So So now I will test Sheikh's question. So I'm giving 2. The next one is also 2. Because 2 is equal to 2, I have the answer like this. I can put it like this. And I can also go for different conditions. For example, A is not less than. I will now see. I will put a nested condition. If A is less than B, that's fine. A is smaller. If A is not less than B, what I will do is I will put another condition which is called nested. See, I have clicked on this selection and clicking on this arrow, right? So if A is not less than B, the test fails. So it comes to no. And here I am giving here like this. So now I will check whether A double equal to B. That means, see, this is how I am testing whether A is equal to B or not. If A is equal to B, if it is S, oh, I did not put and A double equal to B, done and got left. Okay, right. Now in this S, I'm sorry. Right? If you want to delete it, you can right click on that symbol and say delete. If you want to copy this, you can right click on that symbol. You can cut or copy. I'm cutting it here. I'm pasting this particular one here. Paste. So A is greater. If they are equal, I want to give one more thing like A is equal to B. So I hope you understood what I have done. This is called nested conditions. There is a condition, and this is also called nested condition. If you want to give outside the condition, the simple thing that you do is you come out. So you can put it like this. This is called outside the condition. Okay. Because after going from this, you are coming to the next condition. Did you understand? Or you can also put it like this. So I can delete and put the next condition here. I can also put like this. After you come out of your answer, you can come to the next condition. This is how you can put. So I think I have explained you how your conditions work. And the next thing that I want to show is how you write down your first few algorithms. So this is what I want to give. This is the first question. That means this is the grading question. So your output will be compared with 100. If a student gets 90 to 100, first thing you need to give input like marks. If the marks are between 90 to 100, it's A grade. 80 to 89, it's B grade. 70 to 79, it's C grade. And less than 50 is F grade. If the marks are 62 out of 100, your task is to determine or print which grade you want. So here comes the decision making. So your task is to reduce as many conditions as possible, come to the average, minimum average decision making, so that your final output will come. So this program, this flowchart can be written in different ways. Some flowcharts might have 7 to 8 conditions to get to the final result, the maximum. Some flowcharts can be written with 3 to 4. We have done it in other section. We have done it with different alternatives. So first sit and don't go for the constrained one like optimized flowchart. You first sit and draw normal thing. If you are not satisfied that there are more conditions, tear the paper, go to the next level of thinking, write the flowchart again, and finally come up with a solution. And I will ask randomly any number tomorrow for the flowchart, and you might show me. Or I will also ask some volunteer to share. We will have a good discussion. Okay, so I will not ask anybody. I will ask some volunteers who are good at writing the flowchart for tomorrow. Remaining all people should try it because I am giving it as an assignment, and you need to upload it in GLearn maybe by Saturday. Okay, but we will have a discussion among this. I will take some volunteers who might come and have a discussion like how we have done today, so that everybody will also understand. The next
Sir, can you tell me how to install in Linux in Ubuntu?
Yeah, in Linux, if you have Wine, do you have Wine?
I don't know any idea about Wine actually.
Yeah, you can go to Google and search how to install Wine. It is very easy. They will tell you the procedure in Linux. After installing Wine, you download the Raptor MSI file. Okay. After you download it, right click on it and say open with Wine. Okay.
Okay.
You can try out like that. You can see instructions that will be there in Google. Very easy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The next problem is this one, leap year.
It's 4 o'clock.
So leap year has this algorithm. You can save it, you can take a screenshot, or you can go to Math is Fun leap year. See what are the conditions that has been kept. Yesterday we have tried it in other section. We have got 4 different flowcharts. You know, the greatest flowchart that we got is only one condition. Only with one decision making he has given the answer. And we can also go with 3 decision makings, and somebody has come with 4 decision makings. Somebody has reduced it to 2, and the other person, while discussing itself, he has reduced it to only 1. That's working. So we will also have a good discussion tomorrow with this flowcharts of leap year also. So just note down these are the conditions for the leap year clearly, and based on these conditions, you write a flowchart. Right? Finished?
Yes.
Yeah. I will stop sharing the screen. It's simple to take a screenshot. Otherwise, you can go to Math is Fun. Go to Google and type leap year space Math is Fun. You will directly land in this website. Okay. Right. We shall leave now.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.